I thought you were humming of some sort. But, a little bit or slightly cracked.
Oh,
The audio
please.
shouldn't pick it up. It shouldn't pick it up. And how's the fan? Can you feel it?
No.
No.
But like maybe mentally, but no.
Yeah. Let me just tweak it slightly. Maybe it's the angle. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it is mad hot out here. Wait, where's my ball? Pause. It's actually
Concentration ball.
yeah. Just in case it's like actually a football. Just in case it's like wait, what's
He needs
sorry.
concentration.
I don't know why we started there, but welcome to episode 15 of Why Are We Not Recording This? And today it's ourselves again. In like maybe what 3 episodes, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We had guests, and to be fair, those
Maybe
were dope.
4 episodes. Maybe more
You
than
reckon?
that. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah,
Well,
it might
we'll
be.
see.
Yeah, we'll see. But nonetheless, and it was actually fun to have those guests. But I think it's time we recentered. I mean, yeah, go back to what we know.
Yeah.
Go back to how was your day?
Yeah. That's what these
Funny
episodes
that.
turn into, like a little how was your day situation.
Yeah,
Just to point out, it is so hot in this house right now.
yeah. I mean, it is a greenhouse. I did kind of say
I really thought you were joking when you first mentioned it being a greenhouse, but I understand now it was no joke.
that, but the sunset looks good though. So.
It does look lovely.
It's all worth it.
Our
Like
skin
at the
looks
end of the
glowy.
day, yeah, exactly. We're glowing for no reason.
Yeah, it's sweat, baby.
Yeah, but no, I guess this is sunny day in Manchester. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, actually, where should we go in the sense of you've been busy.
I have been
You've
quite busy.
Yeah,
I have been quite busy. Oh my god, I've been really, really busy. You know, like in really good ways. Like it's been really enjoyable to be so busy. But I'm just tired because you said there's like been a 2-week, like we've had a 2-week gap
yeah.
where life is just
Nobody's
life.
gonna know.
No one's gonna know. It's seamless. And I didn't really realize it'd been 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
I've lost a whole lot of time. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah,
Very
no.
grateful.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's the first time in a while over the past 2 weeks that we actually kicked it without any camera on site.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, like, that was one of the weekends I feel like we
A
just
day in the
definitely-
park.
Yeah, the day
Yeah,
in the
that
park.
was necessary.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Mm.
So, and then after that, obviously, it was your degree show, and I was editing. And Nino,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just recapping the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm doing it mentally.
Yeah, and then Nino, man, it's one of those ones. Like I feel like this past weekend, I had one of those moments where it's like, I haven't seen the homie.
Mm-hmm.
It was really spontaneous because I think I might have posted something in my story and to react it or said something. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, that's not the basis of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the basis of this is like appreciating the homies.
Yeah.
And like, it was really good to see him. Like, he also brought me wine. Like, you know what? Nino is a gift giver.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see him, he's got a little something. It's like, yo, hold this. I mean, the coasters that we're using.
Oh yeah. Shout outs.
Yeah, that's him. He got me those. Like, yeah.
Did he bring you back some cool book from like Japan or something like that?
Yes.
During a comic book.
Yeah. The boys.
Yeah.
This was before the boys. I'm gonna be that guy. Yes. This was before the boys became a thing. And yeah, like and then next thing it became a series of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so it was good to see Nino.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm still reminiscing over like just seeing him because it was really good. Because I think also last time we seen him was when we shot.
Where did we go? Salford Keys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was.
That was the first time I met him. That.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really cool to meet him.
Yeah.
Because he's like an introverted extrovert who reads a lot. Interesting character.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Nah, like, low key, I feel like that's amongst the homies, but that might be.
That's probably.
Some type of way. You're all interesting humans. Maybe that's why. Okay, with y'all.
Yeah.
But no.
Introverted extroverts. But yeah, life has been really busy. In all the good ways. Like I feel like I haven't really stopped doing things. I'm very grateful for a lot of things that have happened. I don't know whether to say things because then it feels like I'm like, oh, and then this thing.
I mean, like just before you said that, I just said, yeah, the homies are awesome. So whatever
Let
the
me
body
count the
language
ways
was,
in which we're awesome.
Count your blessings. But yeah,
yeah, very, very blessed. So like, Posca sent me a load of pens, which is really cool.
oh,
I know
yeah,
that sounds like a little tiny thing.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool.
Recognize.
So they're gonna do some sort of, yeah, man, game recognized game.
Exactly.
So they're gonna do some kind of like artist spotlight thing. They were to just play with the pens.
Okay.
And then they're gonna post it on the feeds, some 2023 social media language.
Yeah.
So that's happening. Noel Gallagher's album came out.
You really out here. Like the past 2 weeks, you just leveled up.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's been absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So that happened. And that was one of those ones where it was like, I didn't even know that was happening. That just happened. Like, Ed just sent me a picture. So me and my friend Oscar painted this mural years ago, like 2021. It just says "Hope beats hate" in response to that.
No,
do you know when they there was a piece of artwork of black boy plays for Man United.
Oh, Rashford
that got like defaced or something like that. Was after the World Cup.
Did he
miss a goal?
Yeah. He missed that. He missed the
crazy.
penalty. Well, yeah, I think Rashford missed and Sancho. Yeah, sorry.
He missed the penalty, and then he had a mural in Withington, and people just wrote like racist stuff all over it.
All right,
so then we were commissioned to do this giant mural that just said "Hope beats hate." It was like a BT sponsored thing. So we did that years ago, and then Noel Gallagher released this new album or LP called Council Skies.
Yeah.
And then he documented his journey from where he lived in Burnage into Manchester. And so one of the stops along the way was at that park. So someone's photographed that artwork and then used it as the album cover.
Yeah.
And so they didn't tell us about it. We just saw it and we were like,
well,
did we do that?
Yeah.
It was insane. It was so cool. So
that's
what it was like though. Yeah,
like
man.
Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah.
So that happened and it was crazy.
Okay, no. Like, that's sick. Like, I seen those, like,
yeah.
that's a homie.
Thank you so much.
Hold it down.
Oh, Nate, I'm sweating like a bitch. Pause. Honestly, just give me 1 second. It's so hot. I'm actually dying.
It just is.
Pause. I'm going to make water. I'm going to wash my face.
Do what you gotta do. For the first time, I'm actually drinking wine. It's different around here. How about now?
I feel like a Beyonce now. I was performing a gig right now.
Is that better?
That's so much better.
Okay.
Okay.
To be fair, I'm not one who I don't sweat that much.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just sweating my face, but like so it's a
Just for
it's a family heirloom.
But yes.
Yeah, we'll go with it. That's stunning. Where
And
were
we're
we?
back. I don't know, but I am doing something different today. I'm drinking wine.
A little thimble full of wine.
Yeah, it's become a tendency. I don't know why. Oh, I do enjoy it. Maybe that's why.
You do like a bit of wine.
Yeah.
It does suit you as well, to be fair.
Does it?
I don't know if that's a helpful comment to make, but it does.
Interesting comment nonetheless.
So life be lifing.
Mm-hmm.
Posca, album cover, really cool.
Yes.
An interesting one with that as well is like I sent it to put it in the family group chat and I was like, oh my god, look at this. And then immediately everyone was like, credit. You got credit for that. Let me check this is still on.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, you're gonna hear a lot of
Uh-huh.
and everyone went straight to like, have you got credit for it?
Credit, yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't even considered it because I was just so hyped by it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just raised this interesting debate about like, so if we made this mural and then someone comes along and photographs it and
It's
then
your
that
artwork.
becomes the album cover, where does the credit lie? With the photographer or with the art that's being photographed?
Ooh,
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like,
yeah.
so what's actually happened is on the album cover, the photographer's been credited and that's his work.
Yeah, but you didn't do that. Ooh.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's the
like
same
it
as
is
like,
your work, but
it is his work because it's edited by him and it's shot by him.
you're
curated by
showing
him.
someone else's work.
Yeah. So
And that's the reason behind
yeah,
it, really.
That's why he stopped to take a picture. He didn't just take a picture of a brick wall.
Like, if it was just plain. Like,
yeah, there would have been an image. So he
it
photographed
wouldn't have
this.
been those words anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it's made it onto the front cover of this album cover. So I was speaking to Ed, and Ed runs Withington Wall. Have you met Ed before?
No, don't think so.
So Ed runs Withington Walls, and that's where the wall
Yeah.
first started. Like, so it was his project that he was like, let's get some artists involved. And so he'd messaged the photographer to be like,
dude,
where's the credit / are you going to give credit, or are you going to mention the artist that did the work anywhere? And the photographer was like, straight up, no. He's like, I don't credit street art. It's street art and it's public art. I don't give it a credit. And so it's one of those interesting ones, isn't it?
Wow.
Personally, like I'm just hyped that it's on there anyway, and I will shout myself out.
It's almost like that's just them.
Yeah,
even if you don't know, fair enough. But my spirit knows.
Exactly.
And I got to express myself.
Yeah, and it made it, and it's like it's almost like immortalized this piece.
Yeah.
Which you kind of already. In fact, it wasn't immortalized because it was on a brick wall, so anyone could come along and spray over it, paint over it, get rid of it. But now it's like made it on its way. It's made its way onto this album cover. So to me, I'm just like, that's incredible. So we managed to get a couple of copies of it, for free, which is
okay.
Thanks. That's cool. But like everyone else around me has been mentioning credits, and me myself I'm not really bothered by that at all.
But it's I think it's a funny one with the credit thing, because it's just like how life unfolds anyway. Well, that's just my hypothesis anyway. It's like you know what. It's one of those ones that it's almost like you've made this timestamp.
Yeah.
Somewhere crazy in life, something else is going to happen. You'd be like, what? Really? You're listening to this album?
Yeah,
like, what did you know what did that? Like, no, that's just this minuscule detail.
Mm-hmm.
But like in the bigger picture, anything could unfold. Just like whenever you did the piece, you didn't know what was going to come of it.
At all.
It was just like, I'm enjoying the moment and whatever comes with it. It's just one of those ones that like, they timestamp. Yeah. And it's like, don't make the timestamp in vain.
What do you mean?
Okay, don't make the timestamp in vain, as in like, capitalize on how you feel on that moment.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to bask in it.
Yeah.
But it should be, like for me, it's almost like fuel. Like, it's almost like, no, that's the fuel that you needed for now in terms of like the bigger picture. Or if you're looking at life from above, it's like, all right, cool. That's a bigger picture. It's like, oh, actually, that's just the fuel for me to keep going. There'll be more of this.
Because this is just one drop in the ocean that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It just randomly.
Look at the impact.
Ed just sent it to me and was like, "Have you seen this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know what this is."
Yeah.
And then I was looking like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been an interesting one because again, like I mentioned to people at work, because I was like, "This is so sick," and the first thing was like, "Have you been credited for it?"
Yeah, but this is the world we live in.
And I feel
it's
like,
capitalism aspect
of it. I feel like every time
not that they're wrong, not that they're right.
They're not wrong. They're
Two
not
things
wrong
can be
with
right
it.
at the same time.
But
it's
it
one of
kind
those
of
ones.
chips off something.
Yeah.
It kind of ruins it a little bit.
It's like, that's not what I did it for.
And that's not why I was showing you it. Like, I was showing you it so you could just like be like, oh my god,
look where it ended up.
Yeah.
Like, I did that.
There's been a lot of talk on that. There's been a lot of talk on like, did you get paid for it? There's a lot of talk on you need to get in touch with them and you need to get some kind of like. I hate it. It's awful. Like it's done. It's happened, and that like I'm already moving on to the next thing. So it's been an interesting one to listen to people around and like what they say in response to it, because people are like, yeah, that's great, but, and there's always a but, and I'm like, why is there a but in this moment?
Yeah, like why you gotta look at the financial gain? Like, is that how we measure the success? Because if we said they gave me blah 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 amount, it's like, oh, actually, do you not think you should have got more? Or
there's always gonna be a but.
So it's like, where we go? Let's just look at what I did, just because I'm happy I did that.
So I'm just embracing that for what it is. I think it's just super cool. Yeah. So I got it in my house and had a proud little moment where I like, just a little, cheers to myself.
Oh,
that's it. Honestly,
that's
really
awesome
nice.
though. Like for real
nice.
though, it's like,
Thank you so much.
We're not saying it like I was so guest for you. And we just gave you flowers last week or the week before. like, we just gave you flowers.
Thank you.
No, and then it's good.
And then the degree show happened, so that was like a really busy time.
Yeah.
And then I feel like all of a sudden, like I'd done 36 days of type,
Yeah.
and that happened, and I feel like I had a little break in the middle of it, and then all of these things that, like, I didn't even wake up and decide, like, right, I'm gonna get back on it, and I'm gonna start making work again. It's just kind of it's happened full force, and I'm absolutely like
Grateful.
loving it right now. Yeah, I'm so grateful for it. Like, I'm just getting these random opportunities, like, oh, can you paint on the skateboard that's gonna be auctioned off at this charity thing? And I'm like, yeah, man, like that's a project I'm working on now.
Yeah.
And that's been so nice to work on. Like, honestly, last night I just sat there, and so I'm going for that whole Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 soundtrack, which is what I've been bumping for the past few days. So I just sat and drew all over the skateboard last night. I'm going to paint it tonight because I need to send it in by Friday.
Yeah. Is it going to dry in time?
God will answer that question, really. Like, we'll see. But the interesting thing is, I feel like when I'm busy like that, so between work and then projects and then just between, like, life itself, that, like, my house just turns into, it's almost like I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like a studio, but it feels like a chaotic studio where, in my mind, I have cleaning staff who come in and clean, and they're not real. So, like,
yeah, they'll sort that later. I'm
God.
cool. Like, no, just move here. No, I need to paint.
That's what it was like. Like, I pushed everything out of the way.
Put this here.
And
God
stuff was
damn
like
it.
falling off the table, and I was like, I need to make room for the skateboard.
Yeah.
And like, literally
No,
before
to
I
be
left to
fair,
come here, I was like, oh my God, like,
the idea looks hard.
it's
like,
gonna be so good. It's gonna be so
Sorry.
good. But my house is suffering because of it. And I don't know how you do both of those things, like work and then also create and then also like keep
Tidy
your
your
space.
house. Nah, like
I can't do it. There's stuff everywhere.
Low
It's
key.
nice stuff.
Yeah, low key. I tidied before you came through. I think that's when you tidy. Really. When homies, like when someone's coming, like, God damn it, people are coming over, clean up.
Do we do that as humans though?
Yeah,
I
I think we do, and I think it's out of habit, and it's also not necessarily to put on a front, but to be presentable.
Yeah.
And also, a cleaner place is a lot more welcoming than an untidy place. Because if
People
you
can
walk
get
in,
comfortable.
yeah, if you're walking into an untidy place, you're gonna be like, where can I sit? Oof, you know, I just bought this. God damn, I'm just gonna stand outside. But yeah, like yeah, one of those ones. So I think it's just.
Do you think we all do that as humans?
Some overlook it.
Oh, you mean some will just keep it?
Yes,
like, not be bothered?
I mean, to be fair, in saying that, I've been to the strangest places in terms of like when we're in uni anyway. You walk in there, you're like, ooh, people live
At those
here.
different days, though, surely those people have. Do you know what I mean? They've grown into themselves, and because student and uni houses.
Yeah, Lord knows. I mean, I moved away from the south. That's why I'm in North Manchester, just away from there. I don't see that. So I don't know. Yeah, I hope so.
Or maybe some people are just naturally clean, but and it's not that it's like dirty. It's that stuff just gets dropped along the way to different missions, different commutes around the house.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'll cook some food, and it's like, I'm gonna get to that. And it's like.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
It's like I will get to it, but when, you know. So yeah, life has been great right now. There's been a lot of stuff happening, but my home is
Nah, bask
it's
in
just
it.
chaos
Enjoy
right
it.
now.
Enjoy it. That's a chaos you created. That same chaos is a blessing nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe that's the
Because it's
environment.
what you
I
wanted.
thrive in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the space that you're in. So it's embrace
Yeah.
it and just do your thing.
Yeah, and the thing is working right now, so I'm really grateful for that. A little bit sleepy, a little bit tired, but yeah, things are good. And I keep telling myself that, like, I keep catching myself in moments where I'm just like, things are great.
Yeah.
Like, things are really, really good at the minute. I have no complaints. I don't ever really have anything to complain about.
No.
But like, I just keep catching myself on like a commute here. Or...
subconscious might be listening when you complain. Next thing you
yeah.
That's why I don't complain about work or not. And
Yeah.
It's just...
But not even outwardly. Do you know when you can have that conversation inwardly where it's like, things are annoying me and things are doing this. Like it's been so easy to just bat any of those thoughts away at the minute. So yeah, happy to be alive. Yeah.
So it's a beep it, why not moment, and you just live it. No, that's it.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, last week, I would say I was on a similar level.
Nice.
That I needed this weekend to reset. Because remember I went to, what do you call that event?
Habibi
yeah,
Funk.
Habibi Funk, yeah. So went to that. So obviously, shooting that had to get like turnaround. So I wasn't really sleeping much,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's one of those ones where you just want to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like every second, you just want to.
Yeah.
Like you're just in the zone. It's like you
Is it
are.
because you enjoy it or because you want to get it done?
I think I enjoy it as
Right,
well as.
nice.
I think when you're editing, sometimes you kind of curious of what else is coming.
Yeah.
Because
So you're trying to clear the path, like clear the
it's
runway.
like,
Because
it's like digging through. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
nugget, golden nugget, got it.
That's
Ooh.
lovely.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's because I'm a bit trigger happy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so nah, like, so yeah, I did that because I think I was going to bed at like 1 or 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in what do you call this? Flow state.
Yeah.
I was just in flow state. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just autopilot, but the good autopilot that I feel like I'm in my bag.
Yeah, that
Because I
actually
was
is flow
doing
state.
I was still doing my routines, even though coincidentally my routines came back after that sort of stress, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they came back into full force like during that period. So yeah, that was nice. And yeah, and then over the weekend, I thought, oh, because I think I finished the edit maybe on a Wednesday.
Nice.
And then on a Friday, that's when Nino hit me up, going back to Nino, and then that was sick, kicking it with him.
Yeah.
Had some wine, kick back, catch up.
Mm-hmm.
He has to jump on one day.
Yeah, yeah.
He has to jump on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just planting a seed. You can leave it there, like don't worry about it. Yeah, it's just a seed. But yeah, and then yeah, I feel good this week. Yeah, I must say, like spirit, mind, and the body. I feel like this week they're in tune. Although I did feel a bit tested, just a couple of times.
Mm.
You know, it's just like work related. When someone's asking for something, like, dude, like, have you checked your emails? I actually sent it like a couple of days ago. Like, oh yeah, sorry, been away from my emails. Like, alright, cool. Don't even worry about it, man.
When you're trying not to send those passive aggressive emails,
Yeah.
you're just trying to keep it civil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because to be fair, he's one of the good ones as well. So
Yeah.
it's one of those ones that just I thought, maybe in a different world I would have reacted to this.
Yeah,
Like blah blah blah. Like, not that I'm that guy. I'm not.
But you kind of caught yourself in one of those, even if it's just like internal self-talk,
Yeah.
where you just sort of like, this guy's
Yeah.
pissing me off. You know, like you kind of
Yeah.
caught yourself before you.
Yeah, no. To be fair, and I also caught myself today. I was doing something. Like, you know, when you're doing something and then you catch yourself like, whoa, I just did that autopilot. Oh, I know.
Mm.
I thought, I'm not being present right now. What's up?
Yeah.
It was whenever you're coming through. So, like I said, I was tidying up.
Yeah.
There was a cloth, like it's in there right now under the sink.
Yeah.
For some reason, I picked it up because I was on autopilot. As soon as I opened it, I typically open it to put something in the bin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just chucked it in the bin. I was like, what the? Why did I just do that? So I had to come back. But like once again, it's like like me anyway, I realize those moments when I'm actually attempting to be present.
Yeah.
And when I'm in my bag, I'm like, dude, come on, come back to earth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I've been coming back to earth.
Nice.
So that's been nice. Yeah, can't complain
Nice.
much.
Yeah, man. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like this patch of time, because I feel like we're both saying similar-ish kind of things, but when you're in that state of flow, other things, like you do end up running on autopilot, and then it's about trying to figure out which is the priority.
Yeah.
So I've caught myself at moments this week being like, yeah, okay, all these things are happening, cool. What are you working towards? And it's not even like this it's not a negative thing. It's like it's been like a reminder of like, what is it that you're actually working towards though? Because I'm just like, yay, cool things are happening, woo!
Why are you poking me? Sorry.
Because it's important.
I feel like you just
I
I feel like you just poked me because
It's
like
because
something
it's really
happened along those
important
lines, and yeah.
So it's just, I feel like I've just had this voice in my mind, and I love that voice so much. And again, it's just, I'm so grateful to wherever my head is at right now. I'm very grateful of that, because it's been like, woo! And then this like child in me is like just really excited and just buzzing with stuff. And then the adult version of myself is just reminding me to just
Wondering
like,
if you got credit.
Yeah, not. Make sure you message no. Make sure you speak to no. No, but it's like, what is it you're working towards? And then as I was driving here, I had a moment where that voice came up again. It was like, what are you working towards? And I almost fought back with it, and I was like, well, I know what I'm working towards. I want to live on a farm, and I want to do this, this, and this. And then the voice just clapped back, and it was like, be specific. Be specific.
What do you want? Sorry.
I don't know.
Stop with the triggers. I'm trying to be composed. I'm not.
Yeah, but it was like, just be specific with it, because I have this really broad vision of what I see myself working towards, and then this voice again was just saying, like, just a reminder to stay on the path, but you have to know what it is. So like, what's the next thing that you want? And so this broader view of what I want. I want to live on a farm. I have a couple of chickens because I do like me some eggs. You know what I mean? And those chickens can grow old because I ain't gonna eat them. That's fine. But like,
That's
nice
cruelty.
studio, beautiful house, loads of space. It's basically like own land.
Yeah.
But what's the next thing I want now? That's a really hard thing to answer.
It's a hard thing to answer.
I'm really content. Because I'm really content now. But if you want to get here, what's the next move you need to make? And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm doing nice things.
You know what? That's, I'm gonna tie it back to something.
Yeah.
So
Your famous line.
no, I'm gonna tie it back to being on autopilot
Yeah.
and actually not being present. Me chucking something in the bin.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't worry about what's coming. Yes, you can be excited and prep yourself for it, and hopefully move in the right direction. But the best thing you can do is actually be present and actually be the best you can be now, because now it's gonna add up to tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
That sounds lovely, but it also sounds like bullshit. Because be present whilst you're working towards. Because if you're not working towards like the next thing, then are you not just on autopilot, but on like a lovely autopilot?
What you got?
It's lovely, but is it gonna get me to my farm and my old chickens? I don't know.
I hear you, but like, sorry, this is the thought process in my mind, right? Because even the other week we spoke about, have you said no to projects? Because I can hear you most definitely.
Yeah.
But then now, like what? I was asked.
Oh.
No, I'm moving things down. I'm backing up. I'm backing up my hard drives.
Okay.
But what do you call this? So basically, I got asked to shoot something, an event, and my thought wasn't necessarily the money.
Yeah.
But the introduction of money made it interesting, because then now I couldn't necessarily evaluate where it is in the list of my priorities. So it's like, what can I get out of it? That's not necessary. What can I? And this is where I got, what am I doing?
You got twisted a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, wait, why am I looking for something to gain?
Well, add more colour to the story, because I don't know what you mean. Because is it like, are they not offering you enough money? Are they offering you what do you mean?
Okay, so it's funny because this goes to another conversation that we've had here when Alto was here. I don't know, should one be vocalizing conversations? And just like leaving them and think, sorry, that was in my head.
I think we should.
Okay.
Helps you work things out when you verbalise them.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to digest this. Because coincidentally, 2 events came up. Like, do you want to shoot this?
Okay.
Like, okay.
And the money was tempting.
No, the money wasn't.
Not bothered by it.
I wasn't bothered by it. But it's like, outside the money, what am I getting out of this?
Okay, I'm with you. You have to get, I'm with you.
Yeah, like, going back to credit again, it's like, well, the certain things that I don't know, what do I want? I don't know, but it sounds lovely to say, do what you want, but that's what I'm here for. I'm low-key conflicted.
Do what you want is dangerous.
Not really.
Little bit.
Not really.
Tiny little bit.
Because I'm still doing what I want. But it's like, what do I want to do? It's like, you know what, let me focus on now. And the rest is going to unfold as it should, because I wasn't in control of it in the first place.
Right.
And yes, it presented itself. Now it's up to me. Do I see it as an opportunity? If I do, what am I going to harness out of it to make it that opportunity?
Okay.
That's where I'm at, essentially.
Okay. So it's like, what are you going to do with that opportunity?
Yes.
So have you said yes to them?
No.
You said no to them?
No.
Oh, okay. We're in the midst of it.
Yeah, at the moment. Well, it's pending. And
so how have you worked out? Okay, so you've got 2 projects on the table, and you're trying to work out how they benefit you.
No, one of them I'm going to do it regardless.
Okay. So one of them you're trying to work out how that benefits you, and what that brings you. How do you work that out? Do you just sit and think, or do you
Like,
make a list, or do you?
No, for me, I usually sit and think, and I'd say it'll bring. It sounds weird to say it's gonna bring itself forth, because the universe ultimately knows what I want, and I cannot be mad at any choices that I make. So I embrace it. As far as these opportunities, it's like one of those ones. It's like, ooh, this is an interesting one.
Okay.
How can I flip it? This is where I need to find joy in doing it.
Yeah. If
This
nothing
is-
else, you need to have joy in doing it.
Exactly. This is me now nitpicking. Like, where do I find the joy
Yeah.
in doing that?
Yeah.
Like, yes. Like, I mean, yeah. Like,
Okay.
it's a little. Sorry, I'm
No,
processing
no,
mode,
no.
I'm in processing mode. But that's the thing, though. I'm in a good space in the sense of it's good things to have lingering in my mind.
Yeah. And
Because
it's a great position to be in to have the choice.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? If I miss it, I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Yeah.
But
Because it's
then
like
at
if
the
you
s-
see it as like if we're talking about paths, then some paths and some decisions that you make are like a harsh fork in the road.
Yeah.
And some of them are just like little scenic routes.
Do you
And
know
you know,
what?
like little short,
Yeah,
little
like-
on a map, you know, the thin paths. They're gonna lead back to the main path anyway,
Yeah.
but it's like a little
Let
thin
me just
path
take a quick
with a little farmer's gate on it, you know, and you can just go this way. And
pause.
if
So
you say
triggered.
literally. But yeah, I think some decisions, they just feel like soft decisions.
Yeah.
And some of them feel like hard decisions. And the hard decisions are the exciting ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are gonna like really make change. But if
Yeah.
we keep going down these like really soft paths, if you go too far down that, you lose sight of the actual road that you're on.
Yeah.
And this is where I find myself right now, because I'm on some really lovely, like there's a little babbling brook next to me where I'm walking. It is lovely out here. I can't see the road right now though.
Yeah.
And I know I'll find my way back because you can kind of hear it, you know.
Yeah.
But like I need to know where that road's actually heading towards. And it's like the first time in a long time that it's been like, I need to just plan my shit and just organize.
So I said, oh, I hear you, because like, sorry, you got me thinking more, because basically it's like I'm trying to link like this road that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I want to link this back
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Yeah.
Like for me, that's the ultimate win. That's the ultimate win.
Yeah.
It's like linking that.
Absolutely. But where is this road heading?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This
Like,
is-
where's the next service stop gonna be? You know, like
Yeah.
where's the next minute you can just fuel up again?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like clouds, this is sorry. Like
Yeah.
it's not a religion. Sorry, I'm in my brain again. But this is the thing. This is where I go back to. You know, on clouds, sometimes they just go. Like even if we don't know, or they might not know if it's
Yeah.
gonna rain tomorrow or not. Like they just flow. And,
Yeah.
and in due time, they'll do what they gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
But they will transform nonetheless.
Yeah.
So coming back to this situation, it's one of those ones whereby, yeah, I'm still trying to find it. And also it goes back to another episode whereby was it the episode with Louise? I think it was the episode with Louise. I think I said, I heard something somewhere, saying yes to something, saying no to something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, that was nice.
So yeah, I think that lingers in my brain. It's like, okay, so if I say yes to this, I know how much time it's going to take for me.
Yeah.
But what am I really saying no to?
Yes.
Because at the same time, I want to put my name on something that I feel like, yeah, look, I did that, rather than just, you know, just
Yeah, yeah. Just doing these almost
Exactly.
flyaway ones where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. What's the next one?
exactly.
And like trying to piggyback off that one opportunity to the next one to the next one. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the thing?
So it's like, no, how can I bring it in this world whereby I'm the dictator?
Yeah, but seriously, it's not even. It kind of is being the dictator of your own existence, of your own life. So it's like, do you just need to be like super proactive? Because all this stuff that I'm saying, like all this cool stuff that's happened around me, I have not curated a single bit of it.
Yeah,
I've just been like, happy to be involved. Oh, this thing's happened. So if that's me on autopilot, and if this is how, because I think we function very well on autopilot.
Yeah.
We get opportunities and we're very comfortable and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What happens if we're really proactive, but like in the most selfish way possible? And selfish always sounds like a bad word, but again,
Oh,
I've said this
no.
before,
No.
it's the best. So if you're proactive to self and you're like, okay, what am I actually trying to get, and what can I get from people? Instead of just saying yes to things, like we can make our opportunities ourselves, and that is something that I'm desperate to work towards. But just what I don't know what the next thing is. It's such an exciting game to be playing.
Yeah, it's an exciting game, but then, sorry, now you got me in reflecting mode. Like, reflecting mode tells me that, you know what, the kid in me, all he thought about was, you know what, I want to go to uni one day.
Tick.
And exactly. So, like what I'm talking about is, we know the target, right?
Yeah.
So yes, it's going to be windy, but just keep your eye on your target.
That. Yeah.
Just keep your eye on your target. Yes, there's things going to be happening in between. Just until it's time to shoot.
Yeah.
Then bam, it's going to be like, oh snap, that was actually easy. All that wind and you trying to gauge it was probably just like, you know what, trapping you to the eye.
You have to have your eye on it, you have to have your finger on the trigger, and you have to take that
breathe,
opportunity when it comes.
Breathe and find your zen,
I like
just control your breath.
This is just all metaphors at this point. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I keep getting told we're talking riddles. But that's me digesting it to myself as well. But yeah, I think it's one of those ones, like I said, if you're in uni. And then when you're in uni, all you're thinking is, well, for me anyway, it's like, you know what, I finish what I start.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's like, okay, so if I'm here, I'm looking to graduate.
Yeah.
So that's the target.
Yeah.
So yes, it's going to be commotion here, everything going on. I'm probably having a little wine or whatever, but I'm still, I know that, you know what, my target is to finish what I started.
Yeah.
So like that's, like I know I'm talking targets maybe that are like maybe 17 and then 4-year difference in terms of like
they're bite-sized chunky targets.
Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like, oh, actually, when you look at the whole thing, like from actually above, it's like, oh, actually, if you use the same trajectory and loop it, double it, and using the similar momentum, yes, it may not make sense when I was wilding in school, but I'm thinking, you know what, I do want to go to uni though.
Yeah.
I do want to go to uni.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what, the best thing I can do is when I'm doing something, apply myself. At least do the best I can, and then the rest is going to follow.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Are we stuck in the loop of being adults? That we've got to look for something to gain?
Well, I don't think that's being adults. I think that's being humans. We strive for the uphill.
Yeah. No,
Get to the top of that peak, and it's like there's another one over there. But that is, I like to know, I'm aiming for this peak. This peak's got my farm on it.
Yeah.
And I need to go over these ones, and at times it's going to be kind of tough, but I know that I'm working towards this thing here. It's just like, what are those mini peaks in between? And maybe it's an over planning thing, and maybe what I'm thinking of doing is like over planning the situation, because if all these things have been happening, and honestly, I feel like my life has been like bouncing on different things successfully, but not in control of it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you, has the farm got like sort of a time scale, or when that has to be completed?
My only time scale is my hair. So like I would like my hair to be like here.
At that stage.
We've got like this long. We've got like this like the time. Any longer than that, and I feel like my bones are starting to ache a little bit. Do you mean that's a long time of growth? So like about here. And I'll be in the farm, and it'll be
the greenhouse and
yeah. So I can, you know what I mean? Like any longer, so I can see what my hair looks like in there, and it's like double the length of this. Yeah. So that, technically speaking, this is 3 years.
You're waking up in the morning and going to sit on the porch and just chucking grain at your chickens.
I would never chuck grain that close to my house because it might attract rats. We'll go to the chicken coop and do that. But yeah.
That's why you have. I mean, I was going to say Friday show. But like, that's why you know the whole food chain.
There's a studio in there, and there's constantly people coming through, and there's loads of things being done. I think at that point I might be making music. I'm not too sure. Or at least someone will be in the house making music. But that's like, I think there's like there's about 6 years before that becomes like that needs to pretty much be in motion. And that doesn't sound that long, but like, hair.
But guess what? This is the beauty of life, in the sense of, I think a lot of things are just intention. And then in between that, are you going to move towards it, or are you going to take a quick break in between?
Yeah.
And
Or do you accidentally romanticize what the idea of your end goal is? Because that's not even an end goal. That's just the next one I can see. And so my fear is, do you talk that out of existence? You know, when you over romanticize and it's like it becomes like this fantasy, and it's not even real anymore. And it's like, oh, and it's just a farm, and it kind of looks like old school Kyoto, and it's in the clouds. Like, I have one of my worries is that you turn those things that you want into a daydream, and then when it doesn't happen, you can just fall back on the fact that like, oh, well, it was never going to happen anyway. Like a bloody farm. I don't want to do that.
But see, this is where a conversation with the elders or people older than us.
Interesting.
Like people older than us would make it interesting, because it's like, all right, you know what? Did you have dreams like we do, in the sense of how did you navigate those, and
did you achieve them, and how do you?
Yeah, and if like, because sometimes I do wonder, does everyone dream?
That's an interesting question. I think so. If we do, then we have to assume others do too, right?
Yes, but the universe is a funny thing.
But when you say
so many
dream,
variations.
when you say dream,
okay, not like dream. Like,
no, I know. but
sorry,
like,
that's a bit of a nightmare.
but like, when you say dream, do you mean?
Okay,
because in my mind, it's like it's. I'm trying not to use words like dream and fantasy and like my ideal situation. I'm trying to think like that's what I want. That's what I'll have. Is that still a dream? Because a dream sounds like one of those things that we're told to like. Oh, my dream would be, and it's always followed by my dream would be, not my dream will be.
Yeah.
Or like
or
my ideal situation, like this is what I'm working towards. It's never this is what I'm working towards, and this is what I want. It's like, oh, my dream would be, I get to just sit around on my yacht all day and I get to do this. And because you've used the word dream, it's not real.
Yeah.
And that's why I worry about thinking about this idea as a farm, because I've said this to people before and they immediately laugh.
Yeah.
So it's met with like, well, that's not really believable. Or that's not really rational. Or like, how are you going to do that? Oh, it's hard to maintain a farm. And it's like, okay, I'm thinking about just land. Like, I just want some land
like, those are the dream killers.
Seriously.
They're the dream killers. They don't give you fuel.
But they're people that I really get along with, and they're really nice people.
Yes, but see, this is what I mean about, okay, I'm not going to call it a dream. But do people, don't want to say want more, because it sounds a bit, people, I've been told I'm selfish, I've been told I'm stubborn, or whatever the word is, and all sorts. So I think those people do exist, and people who settle.
Yes.
And just because they settled, whatever their reasoning may be, it might seem someone else. That's why it's like, the conversation with the elders, like people who've actually paved that. Because, like you said, it's people you get along with. You might find that on a different spectrum, someone's going to say the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, oh, actually, look at ABC.
Yeah.
And frankly, those are the people that I like to look at. Like, example, I'm not saying I'm him or anything like that, but it's the little coincidences or the little nuances that make me think, you know what? People, why not? Okay, a person like Virgil. Yeah, because everyone got to know who he is when he was like 30. Mm-hmm. So there's no time spent in this.
Yeah.
But does it give you joy? Mm-hmm. If it does, then continue, because it makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. And going back to the money thing, are you doing it because of money, or are you doing it because you feel like it's the end thing to do? Like, is it coming from a place whereby you feel like, you know what, it's taking me in my direction, or to the goal that I want to reach?
Or are you just money hoarding? Are you just being like, oh, well, they're going to pay me this much money, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to take it. Like, so up to people, it's a really interesting one, and I think we do need to speak to the elders, honestly, because I don't know. I think what you just said is really interesting with like, do people dream, but sans the word dream, but do people want more, and do people settle? And that's another fear that I have. And I think I was thinking about this maybe like 3 nights ago. Yeah. And I was just thinking, like, I think this is why I don't want to date, and I don't want to like bring anyone into it until I have exactly what I need, because I'm really worried of like someone else's ideals spilling into mine, and then me
Yeah.
being like, do you know what, that does sound nice. Let's take a break over here and like let's just chill.
Yes, and this is
work
where
each other
this
out.
is where you saw that uphill and thought, you know what? Yeah, there's water flowing here. There's a nice breeze. I guess we could pitch up here. It's been 30 years. Damn.
It's been 30 years.
Yeah, the hill is impossible. I'm not making that.
My bones ache. My hair's long and my bones ache.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
I think I'm
I
really.
guess we're good here. I guess we're good here.
Yeah. And
But
do you know
see,
what?
this-
That would be nice.
But see, sometimes it's like I ask myself, like, wait, are we just naive to think that's possible? And then I'm like, no.
No, we're not. We're really, really not. And anyone who thinks that we're naive really needs to listen to what it is that we're saying that we want, because that's not a big ask.
But that's the thing, though.
And people have that.
In certain aspects, it's gonna go back to, did you get credit? Did you get paid for it?
Yeah.
In certain aspects, I think the translation of what we're saying is monetary.
Yeah.
But really, what we're saying is essentially financial freedom, whereby not necessarily hoarding it, because once again, like yes, I'm talking about dreamers, but then there's people who just love collecting money.
Yeah. It's a collection.
So it's
an archive of money.
exactly. It's a variation of different humans
Yeah.
that walk this earth. But yeah, it would be nice to talk to the elders.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you know what? Like,
What do they wish they would have done differently? You know, like if they could advise their younger self, what would they have done differently?
Yeah, because
it's a hard question to ask,
It
especially
is.
to people who have lived life.
But yeah, actually no, let's flip it. What about you so far?
What would I have done differently?
Yeah.
What an interesting question that you just massively throw me on the spot for.
And also because it's going to be a nice reflection into twice that, if that makes sense, or if you doubled it up.
Okay, what would I have done differently?
Or if there is.
I want to say like never started smoking.
Oh,
but I have made some excellent connections in smoking areas, and I've made some amazing friends through smoking. And I like honestly like I've done a whole lot of networking and friendship making through smoking, which sounds ridiculous, but it's not.
It is a social thing.
It's a very sociable thing, and I feel like it's just taught me a lot about conversation. Because a lot of my friends didn't smoke, so whenever we'd like go out, or whenever I'm at an event, and you go out, not many people smoke. So it's like if you're outside with strangers, so maybe not smoked. And what would I have done differently up to this point? Oh God, I'm so content with where I'm right now that I wouldn't change. I don't, honestly, I don't think I'd change any of it.
Oh, thank God you said that. No, I'm joking. No, but like, okay, the reason why I'm saying that is that should give you faith. Like, yes, we may not know where we're going, but it should give you faith for what's coming next.
That's lovely. I like what you did there.
Like, yes.
Do you agree with that? Like, would you change?
Oh, no, as far as me, I wouldn't change a thing because I'm grateful to where I am.
Yeah.
Yes, certain things you can argue, okay, could I have done that differently? But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I need to
learn a lot.
Also, I need to love this. I need to be nice to myself. So would I change anything? No, because that's the life that chose me, or the life I chose. And going back to, well, this is kind of the trajectory, but at the same time, yes, it was foggy at the time. It's like, you know what, that's where I want to get, but it's not necessarily monetary measured. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I'm leveling up.
Yeah.
In a way.
At what point is level up, do you feel like? Do you feel like you're right on the cusp of leveling up, or do you feel like you're mid-level up?
I feel like I'm constantly improving.
Sweet.
So that's the joy. It's like, you know, I'm getting better. Like,
this is never a stagnant moment.
So essentially, it's like even the hiccups from me. I'm like, I see, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I should have known. God, I see what you did there. Like, example, like even editing these, sometimes you met with like strange situations. When I say strange, it's like, you know what, this is messing up, or this is done this and that. You know what, let's find a creative way to actually execute what I want, but having learned what I would have done differently in certain situations, or like, battery dying, it's like, you know what, I should have known to bring extra batteries, or I should have plugged it in.
Learning from self.
Exactly. So the beauty in that is I'm constantly, or I feel like I'm getting better, or there's something else that just like, and the rest, I can't really control it. Like, yes, I may say I want to farm this and that, but then what if the creator's like, no, you're gonna live by the beach. That's gonna be calm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like, you know what? I'm open to whatever it may be. However, I do want certain things.
Yeah. And it's
that's what
those
I'm working
certain things
towards.
where it's kind of like, does that need to be more specific? Because the clearer we have it, the less of a dream it is. Because you know when you wake up from a dream and you can kind of remember the details. So I have like a list on my phone of all these dreams, and I have to type it really quick because it's disappearing from my brain. And there's bits in there I'm like, I don't know how this happened, but basically I found a croc in the woods, and then I tried to chase it, and there was a pterodactyl, and then I can't remember what happened next, but then there was the whole forest turned into a carp. It's all over the place. So I feel like is the trick to it not being a dream is to add colour to it. And you're like, this is how I want to dress. This is what I want to, if I'm gonna be driving around, this is what I want to be driving. This is what my front door looks like. Like, do we need a whole clear image of it so that it's not a dream where it's like, oh, I'd have a yacht?
Maybe, but well, from my perspective of how I'm approaching it anyway, it's like any yes that I say to, is it taking me towards that?
Yeah.
If it's not, then I might have to evaluate it or find a way to capitalize.
Yeah.
Or if I end up doing it, how can I use this moment to take me there to where I'm trying to get?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You need a lift, I need a lift. Which way are you going? Yeah, I'm going this way. It's like, it's kind of a bit
going that way.
east-ish. I'm going that way. You know what? Drop me up there. I think there's likelihood that I'll catch one going across because I've seen a lot of traffic going that way. So yeah, take me there. Ooh, it's mad hot in here. You know what? I'll enjoy.
Yeah.
And the next, hey yo.
Yeah.
But there's things like I don't diverge. Like, you know what? I might as well just go east with you.
Yeah. That is terrifying. 'Cause it's like, I can get a whole lift all the way there. And then you get there and it's like, I guess I'll take what I can.
Yeah, it's like, this is not what I really wanted. But see, I feel like
It just puts me off at this age now. The relationships, I cannot
Really?
fathom right now because of that. Because you're basically getting into someone's car, and and maybe I'm just being cynical
it's
towards
like going
it. It's
to a
like
shop and then
either
only
I'm
to find
driving
that
you.
they're just going to this corner shop. They're going to a whole market. Alright, jump out,
But it's
please.
like that metaphor that you've just said. It's like either I'm driving you, and then it's sort of like I don't need the extra weight in the car that we're in right now. I could just go there myself. Like see you if you make it there, or I'm gonna get comfortable and just be like, let's just go your way, or we meet in the middle, which is compromise on both sides.
Yeah.
Maybe
See,
it's
I don't even like
cynical
compromise.
view.
I don't even like that word compromise because
Neither
I don't
do I.
compromise for beep.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
gonna.
shushing.
I'm not gonna either. I'm not gonna either.
No,
and as a
I'm
woman,
not.
you come across as being like a stubborn woman who's like, oh, you're naggy and you're this. It's like, no. I'm just not. Like, I think I have a plan, so I'm not gonna put that in any kind of jeopardy. That feels cynical towards like romance and love, but it's like, fuck it. Honestly, at this point,
not really. I just feel like
if you're heading my way, I'll meet you there. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll bump
Don't
into
sweat
you
it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, don't sweat it. Like if it's meant to be, it will be. Once again, it's like I know what. If I apply that to even myself, it's like what will be. But I know what.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's this thing about, like, you know what? I'll do what I feel like when I go to bed at night. I'll be like, you know what? I had a good day.
Yeah.
Like that's if it says me, you
say
as
that.
it's like
Yeah.
that was a good day.
At the very least, you should be able to say that.
Yeah. Did I at least go towards what I needed to do?
Yeah.
Or what gives me joy, or what feels therapeutic? Yes.
Even one step.
Yeah.
Even one step in that way. Or did you just stay at the same point? As long as you're not taking step backs, because some days I feel like working towards that constantly is exhausting, and you do need rest days. Not in the social media self-care, just in a genuine fuel for the tank. I think you need days of just pause and reflection. As long as it's not a backward step, I think it's all right.
Yeah, I think it's all right. But see, that's the thing. Like, I think we just spoke. I think it's the words. I think certain words that I say about the things that I do and enjoy, I try to be a lot nicer, so I do not describe it as work. It's just play.
Yeah.
It's just me being present.
Yeah.
Like, even just to condition myself, it's like, oh, you know what, let me just grab my laptop, let me see what I have. And then, like, just play around, essentially. Because if I give it work, if I call it work, it'll suggest that I'm going to have to take, and also suggest that I'm gonna have to take a break. I mean, I took the laptop to the park I ended up editing there. Like to me, it's like, this is the bag I'm in right now.
I got
This
a
is what I'm
ball.
gonna do.
I got my laptop. There
Exactly.
we go.
I'm gonna do kick-ups, put it down, be like, oh, actually, no, let me try these colors.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Like, yeah. So
That's so nice.
like, it was bright as hell, but nonetheless, I still wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So it's those little things.
Look, because you want to do those
over
things.
time they stack
Yeah.
up. They stack up into you looking back, thinking, I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
Going back to the life you've lived so far and reflecting, thinking, would you change anything? If not, it means you feel like you're on track.
Yeah.
And
except
as far as
just to add on to that answer 1 second. This one time, and I was realising this today, I used to work in a shoe shop, and then one time I stepped off a kick stool and I'd fully put like all my weight on my ankle, like all my weight, and it still twinges now, like I still feel it now. So if I could change anything, I would have just caught myself, like literally just been like, I've got you, you're fine now. Because it's like, my ankle still hurts a little bit. Other than that.
if Flo was here, he'd be laughing because you're talking to a person with the weakest ankles.
Who has the weakest ankles?
Me.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got weak ankles?
I broke my ankle 2 years ago.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, you just talking about, I'm thinking, I broke that one, I broke that. Like,
But do you still feel them?
yeah. But sometimes I think, okay, so we're going to talk injury quickly. This is a sidetrack. Like, so I broke it, and then after I had the cast, went through the whole thing, I was fine. But in my head, I told myself, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, no, I'm going to go play football next week. A few days before, or on the day, it would just feel very sore. It feel like it's clicking, something would be up. But like, yo, my ankle's acting up.
Yeah.
I think it was mental than anything.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah.
So it's like, because I'm aware of that trauma.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because you know it, you could get hurt. So it's just your body in defense mode, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially. So it's like, oh yeah, remember that. So it's
how cool is that? When you think about it, like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It'd just be like, do you remember?
Yeah,
you might want to sit this one out, love.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, cool, I'm not. But then over time, I did end up playing, and it swelled up a little bit, and then after that, I was fine. I think it just needed to get out of it. But going back to speaking things, do you know the way you're saying about speaking your, I think they call it manifesting these days anyway, what we're doing.
These days, they do, yeah.
I don't know who they are, but they are out there.
Manifestations came out of nowhere.
But, yeah, exactly. But I was just taught, oh, miracles happen. But yeah, manifestation. But I feel like it's a conversation that I've also been having with myself lately. And so I'm going to come back to it. I feel like amongst the homies, these 2 weeks have been very, very interesting for us.
Go on.
Because almost each one of us that I spoke to, it's almost like they're rebalancing themselves.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like, there hasn't been one who's been like, even Miro as well. Miro, sorry, dude, I'm not trying to out your business, but I feel comfortable naming the collective homies. So Miro, we have a conversation, and he mentioned something along those lines. Thought, interesting. Frequencies, he's all the way in. I'm not going to start snitching on everything. like just snitching on everything. And then, hit myself. And then after that, Christopher sent a similar message. Yeah. It's like, this is interesting.
Okay.
And then I felt like we needed a recuperating episode as two. Only to find that it's been a similar ball game. Yeah. It's almost like we're going through a rebirth of some sort. Maybe my brain is taking things too much.
No.
That's just the words that are coming out.
The correct way of doing it, because it's not quite that dramatic.
Oh, but see, take it as you will. Language, that's a different conversation, because I feel like words are a funny thing.
It, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like words are a funny thing, because words, it depends on your conditioning. It depends on your conditioning.
It's true.
Because because rebirth could just be about a seed germinating. That's it. Or it could be just a flower.
Refueling a tank, or changing the tires on a race car, because it's like, I think at certain points you can just tap out and be like, do you know what, I'm fine with what I have. I'm absolutely fine with what I have. So maybe you don't go through this phase right now, which feels like the tires are being changed, rather than really fast people who change like all 4 tires in one. because you're going to need them because you're going to do an extra 60 rep, whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like and that's so optimistic and that's so promising because it's like, yeah, I need a refuel.
Yeah.
Because I've got so much more.
I feel like I think we needed some sort of service or like refueling
it's
this week.
servicing, isn't it? Like it just is because there's many more miles that need to be covered.
Yeah, and that was the hypothesis. I thought, you know what, the energy is different this week. Like, well, I think it started last week, and then coincidentally we didn't record, but at the same time it was just filled with whatever we were doing. But I just thought it was interesting. Sorry, there's a point that I wanted to make. So you had me in reflecting mode. I think we were talking about. You good?
Yeah.
All right. I think we were talking about your dreams or your targets or your goals. That's an interesting one, right? Because I have a hard time. Well, not even a hard time. It's like conditioning-wise, my targets have been silent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in the sense of going to uni, I just kept that to myself.
So you keep your cards close to the chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So throughout. So for me, I feel like this, now even doing this has been slightly out of...
It's like if you know, you know.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna tie it back just yet. But I feel like there's an element of, you mentioned that when you say to people, I want to live on a farm, some of them laugh at it. But I feel like that's a conflicting thing. It's like, do you speak on those things that you want, manifestation, or do you keep them close to yourself?
Away from evil eye and away
from evil eyes, because it's almost as though they're already planting the seeds of doubt in your head.
I'm really conflicted on that. I don't know what you do. Do you keep them alive? If you keep them to your chest, then if it never happens, then what's the shame?
That's the thing. But see, once again, coming back to the almost the oldies. I'm gonna say it again. To the elders. And there's someone else watching this probably saying, "Oh yeah, he's an old head." Like, I mean, there's levels to this, but the elders, because it's like, are they gonna even be them? Well, I guess that's a question for them to answer and us to take what we get from the energy we receive or the answers we get. But it's been one of those ones, because I guess if I didn't go into uni, I would have just dropped and rolled and did whatever.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
And also, it means me not achieving it would have been, it's just me, no one knows.
Yeah, no one knew that was my goal. No one knew that was my hopes and my
But then at the
dreams,
same time, the flip side of that is maybe, just maybe, not telling them gave me fuel.
Just a surprise of everyone.
Yeah.
Or
not even to surprise for everyone.
To do it for yourself. I like that. We're on the same page there.
It's like doing it for yourself. Because
I honestly, I don't know about that one, because telling people stuff, and maybe it's a case of like telling people things after the fact. So you do it first and then tell them. But I'm not too sure, because there was always, it's so weird this, I can't remember.
But then also I think
it was like a thing people used to say, which was like, oh well, if you go on a diet, you should tell everyone you're going on a diet, so then you stick to it. It was some bullshit I used to hear when the old place I used to work.
So people hold you accountable.
And then so there was a debate one day when I was working at the shoe shop. And someone said that if you're going on a diet, tell everyone, because then you almost feel the shame of like breaking your diet in front of people. Yeah. And someone else was like, no, because if you tell people that you're on a diet, you feel like you've completed it. Just by telling people I'm going on a diet, like, oh, good for you. And you get the praise and you get the validation, and then you feel like you don't have to do it anymore because people have already praised you. So what are you going to do? Go and tell them again?
It's like I already got my rewards because I guess I was going to get it
exactly.
Anyway.
So that's what you wanted. You wanted people to be like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, or are you doing it for self?
Or you're doing it for yourself. So there was those debates, and I suppose that one of doing it for yourself never really came up for debate, because I remember the whole shop was like divided into these two camps of like who agreed with this side, tell people you're going on a diet, or don't tell people you're going on a diet. And it was just this crazy thing. So I go back to that conversation quite a lot in my mind, because it was, metaphorically, it was like a big It was
Well,
way
not-
bigger than
yeah,
just that. But
specifically.
like, I don't know what you do with that.
Yeah, no, it's a similar conversation I have with myself. And actually, I feel like I tested myself. I know one day you said something about me experimenting with people. I don't experiment with people, but I do observe. But I did it with myself whenever I started fasting. I think I mentioned it. I did say that usually I don't say that I'm going to fast, but I'm going to tell you all blah, 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 and we'll see how it goes. I did it with that, and I don't want to say fasting is easy for me now, but there's that element of going back to the conversation. It's like, wait, should my cards be on the table and then trust the universe that it's going to provide whatever is needed, or whoever sees the cards be like, oh, I know the card, I can help you out, go this way. Or
Requires a lot
my
of trust.
conditioning has taught me to just keep them close to my chest.
Yeah, I hear that. Just from life experience.
Yeah.
To show people your cards means you have to trust everyone at that table. Because you can show someone your cards, and to your face, they can be like, "Oh, I've got the perfect card."
Maybe it's a card in me. No, I'm joking. That's a bar from someone.
Like, what did he say?
No, because this is where it's a funny one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What the bar is? Maybe it's the card in me, as in like, yeah. I'm not calling myself a god. I'm gonna sound like Kanye. No.
I'm like, oh.
Low key.
My co-host.
One of the books say we were created in his image.
Yeah.
In one of the books.
Of those, yeah.
Depending which book you read.
It did say that. So he's got in all of us, to be fair.
Are we demigods? No, we're not going down that route.
It weird.
Sorry. Yeah, I am. Sorry. What was I going with?
I don't
point?
know. What did you say just before?
I said
Trusting, cards on the table.
Yeah. But see, this is where it's like, also, do you trust the universe to provide? So it's like, maybe the point where I am now is the point where I put my cards on the table.
Ah, right, okay, so you said trust the universe to provide. Yes, I do. I trust the universe to provide me with opportunities. If it gives me the opportunities and I put all my cards on the table, God can just be watching and be like, you fucking fool.
Squander them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just squandered them.
We're not being hand fed here. We're being given opportunities for things, and so that's the fear of things. That's
how
what
you're
free
going to
will comes
capitalize
into
on
it.
that
It's like,
opportunity.
okay, if you want to trust everyone, go ahead and trust everyone. But like, is that what you've been taught throughout your existence, to trust everyone?
But see, that's what I mean about, like, where am I now? Because like I said before, it's like, to uni, to graduate. That was low-key. I mean, yes, we are in the hustle for something.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in uni for something.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we're in it there, but at the same time, each to their own. You know that, I'm keeping my cards on the table. I know that, when I finish school, I'm going to graduate. But now it's like, the speaking part. Is it hindering? Is it not? Should I keep the cards close to myself? Not tell people and just when I tell people, and just be vague. But have you read The Alchemist?
Yeah.
Do you remember on that book? Because I feel like every time I think about this, it takes me back to that book. In that book, when he was rolling with this kid, they came across some army or soldiers or whatever, and they said, "Where you going?" Blah 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 blah, and they lied to them.
Yeah.
They basically said, "Oh no, we just out here hunting, whatever." The story was, they lied to them. And then a similar thing happened, and then on the second time, they laid out the cards on the table, only for those people to help them.
Yeah.
So basically, it's me trying to identify
those
two instances. And I guess in your case, it's who do you reveal your cards to, and who do you not.
Yeah.
Like,
who are you telling the plan? It's. Do you know what? It's seemingly difficult, but it's really not, because trust comes from
there you go.
So you know who to trust, and you know who. Do you know when it's like, oh yeah, but I'd like them, and when we're friends, and we work together and we do these things, it's like, do you trust them? Can you hand on heart say that you trust them? And if the answer is like, it's a no, but the answer is yes, then it's not like, then I'm going to tell you my whole master plan. It's like, I'm going to ask you for help along the way. That's what I'm going to do. And you're going to figure out what the plan is anyway. So you're gonna kind of get it.
Yeah.
But I think revealing the whole plan of action, you kind of, maybe I'm making a decision on that and being like, no. The weird thing with me is with telling people things as well, is not telling people what the plan is. I have a really hard time sharing success with people. I really do struggle with that because like there's been times where especially this week actually where like loads of things have happened at once and I don't share everything like all the good things that have happened.
Oh, okay, flex. So, you know, that was just like, to be fair,
This is just the side
Yeah.
dishes. But I don't share everything with everyone because how is this gonna sound? Let's just hear it. Because I feel weirdly guilty, or I feel like people are gonna have a dislike towards success. So I don't really share all of it because I feel like someone is almost praying that something bad happens or wishing that something bad will happen. So it's like, I ain't going to tell you all the good things that are happening. I'm going to keep that to myself as my own blessing. Because it feels like you're asking for it. If you're going to be like, oh, and then this happened, and then this happened, someone is going to be bitter enough to wish something bad upon you.
It took me 8 months to post a picture of my car.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't want to send the wrong message.
Yeah.
But I just want to post it just because I really like it.
Yeah. And it's that as well. Because I don't need someone's.
Yeah, I just want to put it there just so that I can be scrolling through. Like, this.
It would have taken me 8 minutes to post a picture of that car. I'm telling you now. Like, it would have been off the forecourt. I'd say.
Like, just got it.
No, price is still in the window. Like, click.
No, but that's the thing, though. It's like, you know what? It's not a flex. It's just an expression of self, and also celebrating.
It's a pride in yourself.
A win.
As well.
It's like, just got that stripe.
Yeah, but I just feel like people don't all like always take it that way.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, and it's a really weird mix of people that I keep things away from.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys tell you guys all the things that happen. Family tell all the things that happen. But then there's the outliers. The outliers who are close enough to be in the radius of things, but I will just keep a lot.
We are gonna lose friends in this episode. We are losing friends.
You know what?
And actually, no. Speaking of losing friends,
it probably makes things easier.
Yeah, because you
I promise it would just make things significantly easier. Just be me, myself, and I.
No, but I hear you.
Yeah, so it's just that, and it's not even like it's not a super. What's the word? I mean, superstitious. I mean, like someone's gonna cast an evil eye.
Yeah, see, that's.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It's something very close to that, though. Where
it's adjacent.
It's adjacent to that. It's not even
It's
like
very
I don't need
adjacent.
to wear the thing to get the evil eye away from me, even though.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm just messing with the mic. I think I have a necklace with that. To be fair.
I mean, someone's watching.
I got it tattooed on me.
Look at the flick of the wrist. Sorry.
And it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the Bible about it, but
like, I'm sorry. I've been stuck in well, not stuck. I've been digesting quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's I seen something somewhere. It was, who was it? I think it was Ellen Watts. It could be Ellen Watts or it could be Huberman, dude.
Daniel Huberman.
No, it's Andrew. No, stop it. No, okay. You know what? Maybe I'm just in my head and looking for a label that doesn't mean nothing.
Try it.
No. It's nothing. And to be fair, it's gonna. Basically, we're saying there's 3 types of people.
Yeah.
It's either him or Ellen Watts. One of them, it could be a third person.
Okay.
Who knows? I just been watching a lot and digesting quite a lot. But it's like there's 3 types of people, and those types of people operate from 3 different things. And it took me to my 3 niggas. Niggas, by the way, I know I dropped the hard N, but it's not the one that is known. It's the niggas, Negus. That's the 3 kings, you can Google it, Negus.
Royalty.
Just to make sure, in case people are like, he said the N-word.
My ears.
Yeah, exactly. But what it was saying was, back in the day, I want to say back in the day, it could be last week, it could be, but BC times, or maybe it could be AD times, but before COVID. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a different time. AC after COVID. Is that
Yeah,
the new
AC,
thing?
yeah, it's gonna be, or maybe is it gonna be PC?
BC before COVID.
PC. Sorry.
Like PCR.
Post COVID.
Post COVID.
PC.
PC. PC's a PC though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like
But
that
that's
we're very too far away from your point. I
Yes,
feel like
sorry.
it was-
No, okay, sorry. Like the point is, there's 3 different types, and it had me thinking. Well, it drove me back into myself and reviewing the 3 kings. That's better.
Nice.
The 3 kings.
Yeah.
It said
Hey.
there's certain people that operate on the body, like their whole existence is
Yeah.
essentially just personalized by just their physical frame. And then there's the other people who it's essentially the mind.
Yeah.
And the mind, I can't remember. I'm not going to butcher it, but the other one is the spirit people.
Okay.
The spirit people, they're the ones that go meditate somewhere and then
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back with knowledge
Yeah.
and just go somewhere and come back. But yeah, it was saying there's those 3 different types of people, and it had me thinking. And once again, like I said, it's a label. It's not something that's
Yeah.
like, wait, do I fit it? No, wait.
Yeah.
Stop with the labels,
Yeah.
because I already said they here. They already here as exist as a human being.
Which
But
one do you think you are?
yeah, I didn't get to a conclusion, so I'm still there. That's why I wanted not to say it, but then I ended up just saying it. I don't know where I am. I think I bounced in between all 3. Hence why. By the way, when I heard that, I did get gassed a little bit, but
I talk about them every day.
yeah, I did get gassed a little
Yeah.
bit. But then the fact that did treat them as 3 different people. But I think back in the day, that's how they were perceived as, and I think it came with this and that. I'm butchering a whole lot of things, but yeah, no. Essentially, I found it interesting. I don't know which one I would say I am, except for I feel like I'm adjacent to all 3 of them. I'm adjacent to all 3.
Okay. It's a poor answer, but
Yeah, it is. I don't know, because sometimes.
it's honest.
Well, I'm a moody person too, so in the sense of in the morning, you can say when I'm getting dressed or fresh out the shower, I'm probably operating on the surface,
Yeah.
like when I'm
Yeah,
dressed in
yeah.
this physical frame, and then when I'm in the shower, I'm probably in my mind, like just in my mind thinking about this and that, like when you shower, you're probably singing that stimuli that's all in the mind or whatever. But then right before that, I was in the spirit. I was being grateful for the day that
Yeah.
So yeah.
So maybe that theory about there's 3 different types, maybe that's just bullshit.
Yes, but then again, sorry, I don't know what happened to my tone, but I'm coming back now to people who don't dream, the dream killers. Meaning
I
some of
can
them.
only assume that's not a real thing. I have no evidence.
Well, okay, if someone told you, oh, that's not possible, so yes, that's a thing.
I mean,
That's a dream killer.
dream killers. The non-dreamers.
Yeah.
The non-dreamers.
Oh,
Sorry.
snap, those 2, snap.
That's why I have no evidence that they don't believe,
not
except for
the
the
dream-
fact that we're just killing the planet. Minus that, I don't have any evidence that they. Like, I don't think I've ever met someone and I've been like, "What are your dreams?" And they have said, "I don't have any."
Okay.
Red flag. You know what? I'm gonna ask people more.
No, you can't say that. No, that's
are
not
you
right.
are you a dream
No,
killer?
because some people, some people just want to exist. Maybe that's the dream. It's just to exist and just go about their way.
So that's a dream. It's a boring dream. It's like
No, don't be rude.
I'm not being.
Each to their own.
But to my own, that's a boring dream. I'm not judging them and their
To someone
decisions.
else, they'll be like, dude, you just go out and just take photos, or you just, dude, that's just boring,
Just
man.
clickety-clack.
You can just
But it's
create
like,
it
but
on your
we can't
laptop.
have that opinion on other people's dreams.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
saying you should not. That they should not achieve
so
that dream.
then-
More. I'm saying to myself, oh my god, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, dream big.
And if you tell me that, I'm going to avoid you. I'm joking. Now I'm being mean. I'm just joking.
You're not dream big enough for me.
Not my caliber. No, I don't think I've ever met a
Like,
non-dreamer.
sorry, this episode is either gonna get really hated.
Guys,
Or
So,
like, just ignore.
I don't think
I'm not sure what's
we're
worse.
speaking into the void. So yeah, if you out there are a dreamer,
Yeah.
to me a non-dreamer.
So ultimately, do what you want. Do what makes you feel happy. Yes, you're gonna question your in-betweens, but did you sleep
Yeah.
okay at night? Yes.
Yeah. So
Anything else is
be
gonna.
grateful. Yeah. Everything's gonna work out. But I think we
Have
do.
some sort of
I think we're at the
direction.
point where we do need to have more colour in
Yeah.
at the thing at the end of the road. Colour that
Yeah.
in a bit
No,
more.
that's true because I guess even with we keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a TV show like that. To be fair, there is one called This Is Us. It's a very good show. Sorry. The reason why I said that it goes back to, I guess,
You could make a TV show.
whenever. No, sorry?
You could make a TV show and it'd be really good. It'd look amazing. Sorry, Karen.
Oh my God. Give me my cards.
Give me my cards.
Sorry, we keep getting distracted. But no, like, what I'm getting at is I agree with you that maybe those so-called dreams or the manifestations just need a bit of color.
Yeah.
Because even looking at self, back then when I was thinking I want to go to uni, there is some sort of color.
Yeah.
Yes, the location is not set,
It's
but
specific.
it's specific
Yeah.
that, no, this is what I want over here.
Yeah.
So, no, like, I think there's some truth in there.
Yeah.
So, no, it's
I think that's set and nice. If we want to talk manifestations and we want to speak in that language, I think adding some colour to the thing that I would like at the end is
Yeah.
going to be my intention for the next few days. You know what I mean? You need intentions. There's something else. There's another word that they throw in there as well. And then something about yoga. And you know, I heard the other day that there's yoga poses that are quite bad for the soul. Was that Lawrence who said that?
Yeah, Laura said that. Yeah.
Interesting that.
I think that's the.
That is the real dream killers.
Yeah, I think that's just the yin and the yang and all
Because
the
yoga ain't
balance and
cheap as
everything.
well. Like if you want to go to a yoga class, they ain't cheap. And like yoga equipment.
But wait, time out. I have beef
Do you?
with yoga teachers.
Do you?
I have beef.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
Yeah,
speaking
you
truth.
do.
It's the waters. It's the waters. The waters, nothing's truer than the waters.
Dripple drop.
Yeah,
Go on.
there's truth in waters. I guess, like, also, arguably, the same reason I don't go to church. Yes, I'm painting everyone with the same brush. But if you are, oh, snap, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite.
Go on.
Damn.
Go on. Do it.
No, okay, I guess what I'm going to say is,
Don't try and reframe it.
if you are for the people and what you're doing is for the people, why is it coming at a cost?
Ah.
That's the part I don't understand.
Okay.
Or maybe it's naive of me to think there's a world whereby there's just a nice balance, whereby someone's
don't
gonna
live
be
in
like someone's gonna be like, yo, you're having a yoga session, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I brought you some tomatoes. All right, let's have a session,
Yeah.
just meditate or do yoga or whatever. Maybe that's me being naive, but I don't necessarily vibe with the fact that, all right, yeah, you know what, tune in for blah, 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 for this.
Vinyasa.
It's almost finessing the game. I feel like it loses the substance. That's why I believe, like, I can't even rule out that there's.
But we can't
poses.
raise the beef with the yoga instructors. You got to raise the beef with the people who teach yoga instructors because they have to fly out all over to different countries like India and do all the training
Question.
for those yoga
Question for
things.
you.
Yeah.
Question for you. See, when they go to those places in India, are they
Yeah.
paying?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so we're paying for the classes because they've had to pay for their education and their license. You need a license to do it. Not even a license, qualifications. You definitely need qualifications.
What happened to prophets that are just
What
like?
happened to just move your body? Do you know what I mean? Now we all have to pay for
What
the
happened
recipe.
to actually just listening to yourself? You know what? My body right now says I need to sit up because
Yeah.
it's not upright. Rather than someone saying, "Yo, sit." Yeah, we're gonna.
Because I think, but I agree with that. But everything else is so loud
Everything
right now
has-
that
yeah.
it can be quite hard to listen to your body saying you need to do this because you're on your phone and you got headphones on and you're not drinking enough water
Question
all
for you:
day
who's
and-
controlling all that?
What do you mean?
Yes, it's too loud right now.
Yeah.
But who's actually controlling?
So we're controlling
intake.
our environment. Like we're controlling how much we intake. We are in control of that. So we're curating our own existences. But there are systems in place. There are organizations and there are big companies, and there are a lot of people making money off how much time can you have us, the consumer, in their hands.
I guess we had
So
people paying for
we're playing
entrance
a rigged
fees.
game. Like the game is absolutely rigged. I just found out today that if you study an MA at uni and you're an international student, you're paying £20,000, £20,000 to do an MA. But isn't that just crazy? So if you're an international student, you're just paying double. So like they're just making these numbers up. It doesn't even matter.
Like that's.
And it doesn't matter. Like you can. Okay, so this might get me cancelled at work. I found out today that you can study an MA in graphic design and have no. If you're an international student who's paying 20 grand, you can have no experience. In art. No experience in art. So you can come from.
I mean, I agree and
science,
still no, but
you can
yes.
come from anywhere, and they'll take your money and they'll take you in.
Yeah, I guess it's good
Crazy.
if.
An MA, a master of that craft, and they'll take you
Yes,
in.
but at the same time, no. Okay, the reason why I can see the other side of it, but that's if you actually experienced, not just coming.
Yeah.
Like let me say you've been in the game for like maybe 10, 15 years.
Totally, yeah.
That's just been doing it off the strength of your talent.
Yeah, and it's something you just love.
Yeah.
But they're just taking people who just want to try something different.
Yeah, see that's the part that I have question
criminal.
marks.
So
but at the same
who's in
time,
control of all of that? Same people who own universities and Facebook.
yeah, so no.
And I don't know who they are. They rename
I've
Facebook.
probably just cursed out everyone in religions. No, I don't. I mean no
I don't
harm.
think you
It's just
did.
like certain things that are said to be beneficial for the soul or for humankind.
Yeah. All of a
I
sudden.
find it
they're not free.
weird that there's a price on it. Maybe I'm just naive or ignorant, but yeah.
That's your experience. That's your lived experience.
Yeah,
That's what you see.
It's just it's different. Like if
It's
someone's
really
like, "Yo, let's just go to the park and kick," and be like, "Oh yeah, come through," and then afterwards be like, "Yo, coming mine for dinner." All right, cool, yeah. Break some bread. All right, yo, peace out.
That does sound like our weekends. But yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
I'm good.
And yoga has always felt weird when you go to a yoga session because it feels like you can't teach a whole room of people to move their bodies all in the same way because we're all built different. So you see certain people who are doing all some sorts of crazy shit, but then it's like, I think you're supposed to do this one-on-one, you know?
It
yoga
feels
doesn't
like the
seem like
energy
it's-
should be.
Now pull your leg all the way back and it's like, huh?
Where? Like anybody?
And then the true gimmick is puppy yoga. That's when I kind of tapped out of like all the yogas.
Sorry.
You're just getting shat on by tiny little puppies in the name of yoga. That's just
Yeah,
that's
no,
just
like,
crazy to me.
by the way, I'm not against all those things. Like I'm all for
Yeah.
those things. It's just like certain things.
It's great. We have the freedom of
find
choice. We don't live in a dictatorship where it's like you can only do this. You can only pick from 7 haircuts. And you can only do this. It's great. You have a choice. We have a choice not to participate,
Yeah.
and that's beautiful.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those things.
Mm.
To be fair, I'm not even. No, I'm just trying to do a cleanup. You know what? The cleanup will be. I'm on the wine, all right. So it could be the wine talking. I might feel different tomorrow.
I don't think you've done
So
anyone
please.
dirty here.
So please allow me to be. But my wine is almost done. Your waters is done. Your somewhat coffee is almost done.
Yeah.
Should we talk music?
Yes. You go first. Or do you want me to go first?
So it goes.
Yeah, you go
Do,
first.
do. Now, I mean, you heard it when you came through, so it's been So It Goes. And it's one of those songs that, although we just had this whole conversation, it's like, you know what? Take things lightly. It's just how.
Oh, no, you should have gone last. You should have answered that last. That's such a nice way
The
to
last
wrap
answer
up.
I gave, you said, "Ooh, that was a crap answer. You could have done better."
Did I?
Yeah. What was the answer? I think it was, "Would you change anything?" I was like, "Nah." One of those ones. But yeah, so you know what? I thought I'd step up. Nah, to be fair, I'm for
Yeah, I like
Mac
that.
Miller. So it goes. It's one of those ones that it's just like you might have the world in the palm of your hands. You still might drop it. but life goes on. You take it lightly, and actually, coincidentally, it tied into. This is part 2 of the episode. No, sorry. Like it's the frequencies of the energy I've been operating on. Heard something. I think it was Alan Watts, and he was talking about rejoicing, and I thought it was a very interesting one, and the fact that he was kind of explaining rejoicing, because as far as me, my mantra includes the word rejoice, and that's usually rejoice in the day that I'm experiencing as part of me being grateful and gratitude or whatever. But ultimately, the definition of rejoicing is actually play. And play is not taking anything too serious.
That's
and
really
even
nice.
yourself, and just like almost find light in every situation. So it's like, yeah, that's my answer. So it goes. It basically just threes. I heard it there. Ellen Watts, rejoice. Damn. Okay, so it goes then.
And
then doom,
like
doom.
Nate was playing this song on repeat. But how long was I here before we started recording?
Well, it's all midnight now. I think at
it's
least
not
half
midnight. It's midnight.
Yeah.
Wow.
So depending how long we've been recording.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
let's say an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah,
And it was just
repeat.
on repeat, and that should have got annoying, and it just didn't. Like it was like it feels like you listen to a different.
Yeah.
You pick up on a different part of the track every time it repeated. I didn't even. It felt like you were listening to an album.
Yeah, because like every time, like you may tune out, but whenever you find it again, you actually start vibing. Didn't know why I did that, but yeah, it does. So yeah, it ties in with the rejoicing and being playful with it. Yes, we just had a whole conversation about a whole lot of things, but it just reminded me, like, don't deep it too much.
Yeah.
Do what you want. Like, you might have the world in the palm of your hand, you still might drop it.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, you definitely should have answered second, because the track I've been listening to is called.
Uh-oh.
Let me just fight. I can't remember.
I was gonna curse, so I'm not gonna say. I was triggered, and it was gonna be Tyler the Creator. It has school in it, and it has burning things in it.
Oh so, yeah, kill people. Yeah, sorry, I said the worst bit. Okay. Okay, so mine is Oodles of O's by De La Soul.
Hey.
And it's such a bop, and because I've been listening to Pro Skater 4 soundtrack for a while, it's one of those ones that I was like, is this the right track list? And then that song came on, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, it really, really is. However, I was listening to it last night, and I think it's about orgasms. And I think O's is orgasms, because I was like, oodles in, and then there's some lyrics that I was like, oh, I've been bumping this repeatedly. I've been playing this out loud in the office.
I don't know if I should react with
you shouldn't So this is another reason why you should have answered second, because you say some lovely stuff, and I'm about to end this with my track of the week is about orgasms.
Yeah, but like there's.
But it's the boppiest bop.
Yeah.
Forever. And weirdly, it threw me back, and it was a really nostalgic track to listen to. I just listened to it with adult ears and was like, oh, hey,
no, certain songs when you listen to them.
And I like how the letters look next to each other. Oodles of O's.
Yeah,
it's just cool. It's definitely about
some lines somewhere in between.
It's definitely got some issues, but love it. De La Soul. Win-win. Don't have much else to say about it except for a bop.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You need a vibe from time to time. To be fair, that Mac Miller song is a vibe.
Yeah, it really is. I've already added it to my playlist.
Yeah, no. Mac.
Nice.
Mac. He's a legend.
Yeah.
He was. No, I'm not. Yeah.
We're about to be here for another 3 hours.
Exactly. So
3 a.m. Like I just love you.
No, for real though. It's been a nice recapping episodes.
Whoa, what?
First of all, I said it's been a nice recapping
episodes,
and then episodes, and then I said
I think it's been nice as well.
I mean, you can. Yeah. Have a nice. Oh, I'm not trying to offend people. I got triggered.
late.
It'd be like that sometimes. But no, thanks for joining us. And this has been a good episode.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'm so sorry if the mic's all fluffy because it's been tickling my neck for a while and it's been lovely.
Yeah.
And I've only just clocked like.
Yeah, no, it should be okay.
Yeah.
It should be okay. But no, this was a nice episode.
Yeah.
And we needed a sit down.
Yeah,
Just
we did.
to see, because I know we were recapping the recap of this.
Of the recap.
Yo,
Yeah.
we out. Peace, love, and wisdom.
Hey, that was nice.